What's up, guys? Welcome back to Matt's Mind, episode 54. We're going strong with the series every single week. If you guys have any questions for the weekly Q&A series here on the channel, drop it down below, drop a comment, drop a question. You could really just tell me anything, honestly. I want to thank you guys so much for the incredible support the past week with the Bad Batch review, the minifigure comparison, and even just the Matt's Mind support. It's been really crazy, so let's definitely keep it up. The channel's doing good. Hopefully, you got another pretty long episode here. We're going to try and get to as many questions as we possibly can, and let's go and get started. Also, we have a new friend here. Thank you. Louis the Budge is asking, what is the best way to get large quantities of minifigures / parts for a relatively cheap price? By the way, love your vids. Thank you, Bluey. I appreciate that. So if you're looking for large quantities of parts or honestly minifigures, so two different things. If you're looking for large quantities of parts, the first thing I recommend, check your local pick-a-brick wall at your Lego store. Depending on what part you want, you might want to actually just buy a cup. So for example, when my Lego store had water studs and I needed a lot of them for Scarif, it was actually cheaper to go to the Lego store and buy a pick-a-brick cup. I think I have one right here. Just buy a literal entire pick-a-brick cup full of the smaller pieces. So if you're looking for 1x2 tile, 1x1 studs, 1x2 plate, anything along that size, I'd recommend the pick-a-brick cup. Now, if you're looking for other parts that are bigger, maybe larger plates or even larger bricks, even 2x4s, I'd recommend definitely going and checking Bricklink. There's going to be different stores you can use. I have made a Bricklink tutorial. It's kind of bad, but you guys could definitely follow it if you're looking for bigger parts and stuff like that. You'll be able to sort through different stores by the quantity of parts they have. So if you're looking for 2,000 2x4 bricks, you could check each store by their quantity and see what store has the parts you need and kind of go from there. But like I said, if you're looking for small parts, pick-a-brick cups if they have it. If you're looking for big parts, definitely go to Bricklink. Now, if you're looking for minifigures, I'd recommend two things. Number one, eBay. eBay is actually a pretty good place to find steals if you know when to look and where to look. It's going to be very time consuming looking for good deals, but eBay is going to be very good for you. Also, Walmart and clearance, Target clearance, whatever it is, retailer clearance. If you're building an army for battle packs, for example, the Sith Trooper battle pack was almost half off this past couple of days at Target. I bought like 12 of them. So definitely check out for clearance. I'd say those are the two best bets for you. Bricklink could also work for minifigures, but not really as much. Peter Skorik's asking, what Star Wars game would you like to see? Maybe a Mandalorian game or something else? And what heroes would you like to see in Battlefront 3? By the way, love these long cool episodes. So for the next Battlefront, I'd definitely like to see more prequel integration. So with the Battlefront 3 game, if that ever came out, I want it very TV show oriented. So play as the Mandalorian, play as Bo-Katan, play as Gar Saxon, whatever it may be, something with the Clone Wars, with the Bad Batch, with the Mandalorian TV show. I'd like to get more representation of those guys. As far as the game I'd like to see, I really want to move towards the Old Republic. I know it's been a while since we've had an Old Republic Star Wars game, and the graphics are really outdated, and I just would like a brand new story with Old Republic, since maybe the movies we're getting might be in that same era. Old Republic stuff is coming to Star Wars and games and everything like that, but honestly, anything other than original trilogy is probably going to be more exciting at this point. Ryan's asking a pretty good question. This was a pretty hot topic when the 501st came out. He's asking, what were your thoughts on the white arms that the 501st Clone Troopers received in 2020? Do you think they should have kept the blue arms from the old Clone Wars styled figures? So to answer your question short, no. The entire blue arm is just not accurate, no matter what 501st Trooper that you see. There is no 501st Trooper in existence that has an entirely blue arm. If anything, it's always the shoulder armor is blue and the rest is white and black. So I think moving towards the white arm is a lot better in terms of accuracy. I also really like the white hips as well. Again, more accurate. I think people just were really used to having the blue 501st arms, and that sort of got them carried away. But as far as accuracy and overall aesthetic, I do support the brand new white version of the arms that came in the 501st Battle Pack. Fastbrix is asking, do you think that it would have been better if they had made the Bad Batch set from a different scene in the Bad Batch or from Clone Wars Season 7, and I put the first version of Crosshair and had the shuttle in dark bluish gray instead of sand blue? So the shuttle wouldn't have changed. The shuttle remains pretty much the same color throughout the entire thing. It is like a weathered gray, so I definitely understand the sand blue. I've said that in my review video. But I think it would have been really cool for the set to be maybe 120, and then also get Crosshair in his original armor, but then also maybe get Tarkin, and also maybe get a Coruscant Guard Trooper or something like that. Maybe making the set from really early, the first episode where they initially get to Kamino, maybe even including Crosshair, like I said, in his regular Bad Batch armor, maybe even an Omega minifigure and Tarkin and a Coruscant Guard. I know that's a lot of minifigures, especially when you're talking about getting the entirety of the Bad Batch squad already, but I really wouldn't have mind paying 120, 125, 130 if we did get 3, 4, 5 more different minifigures, I guess, if that makes sense. So I think if they made the Bad Batch shuttle from any other point in time, it would have been cool. Maybe sub out the Crosshair with a Rex from the most recent, or second most recent episode, something like that. There's a lot of options, a lot of different ways they could have gone about it. I really don't mind the way that they did. I do think it's unfortunate they spoiled pretty much Crosshair going rogue, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Michigan Bricks is asking, if you could have a set brought back for a remastered version, what would you want and buy? 100% the AT-OT and dropship. This is, I feel like, the holy grail, the crown jewel for so many Star Wars fans, and it's a set that I've never owned it, and I probably will never own it because I don't feel like spending $800 for an open used Lego set such as that. But if they were to remaster, to remake, to revamp one of the older sets, I'd definitely like to see the AT-OT dropship. Captain Tyrone's asking, do you ever think that if they made Camino sets, they would make it like Harry Potter so you can connect to them? I don't know. I think the extent of a Camino mock that we would get from Lego is two things. Number one, being like a May the 4th promotion where it's a very micro scale exterior of Camino, something like that. Number two is going to be sort of something along the Master Builder series, something very similar to Betrayal of Cloud City, because the outer shell of Camino, the exterior aesthetic, is just such an incredibly hard thing to recreate. I mean, there's a reason why you haven't really seen any Lego Star Wars mocks of Camino large scale, other than maybe one or two that you may know of. So I think if we're going to get a Camino, it's not going to be something where it's like Harry Potter, where you can connect the astronomy tower and the Hogwarts tower and everything like that. I think it would be something more along the lines of Betrayal of Cloud City with a decent amount of minifigures, really play oriented. I mean, nonetheless, I still would love to get a Camino set. I just don't know how viable it is. But honestly, after the Bad Batch and the way this season's going, it might very well be the culmination of it. So hopefully we'll get a Camino set. Not that Sam Smith's asking, is there a mock idea that you have ever really wanted to do but decided against it because it would be too hard? This is a great question. So before I had announced Endor, and obviously before Endor was canceled, I was strongly debating on doing a massive Galaxy's Edge mock, like a 1-to-1 scale Galaxy's Edge mock. I'd have like a representation of all the different tourists and stuff like that. Wouldn't be a battle, but it would literally be like if you went to Disney and like actually experienced it. This is something I still want to do. This is like a dream project that I would like to do when I move out and have like a bigger space. However, it would have been incredibly difficult, especially in terms of money. I don't think the designing would be too difficult because it's sort of just standard like Tatooine, Mos Eisley sort of styled buildings there. But in terms of the money, in terms of the space, it just wasn't going to work out. But that's a project I do want to come back to. So Lepo's asking, what is your favorite modular building? So it's actually one that I foolishly got rid of a couple of years ago. It's the Downtown Diner. It's just such a cool retro looking set, and I love the colors of it. I think it's like a white and pink and like a teal sort of color palette. So I love that set. I deeply regret getting rid of that one. Like, you guys have no idea. As far as the ones that I currently own, I have the bookshop, the garage, the corner garage, and the police station. I'd say out of those three, I'd think the bookshop would probably be my favorite. It's just got a really nice different color contrast and lots of cool stuff. The police station's also really cool, but again, the diner is the one that I love, and I probably will end up rebuying it at some point for some ridiculous price. Bacchius, hopefully I said that right. What Lego Star Wars set would you have banned when it came out? Oh my gosh, the Last Jedi set, which one was it? It was the First Order Heavy Scout Walker, or something like that. I called it the Crab Walker. I think a lot of people did. I don't know what this was. We never saw it in the films. We never saw it in Battlefront 2. I'm sure this was like something extended version of the movie that was cut, and then we just never got to see it. So when we saw the Lego set, we were like, what in the living heck is that? But I would have just stopped that right away. I think that was a complete waste of money and a complete waste of time, so I would love to get rid of that set. Star Wars Fan for Life's asking, any plans with David, either with vlogs or collaboration? Very soon, you guys might be seeing some collab content, so stay tuned for that. Comment of the day goes to Inspector Taco. There's like a 5-foot difference between the eyes and the forehead on the Mandalorian Forge figures. Kiadi Mundi. Pathetic. This is great. I love this. Ruben's asking, what do you think of the UCS Millennium Falcon, the second version, so the most recent one? After years of dreaming of it, I finally have it. I'm currently building it, and I sincerely think that it is the best Lego Star Wars set ever. It is minifig scale, that's my thing, and pretty detailed. I love the Falcon. If you guys remember a haul video a couple of weeks ago, I bought the Falcon. It's not something I'll be building right this second, but I will build it again when I move out and have a little bit more of an official studio. But the Falcon, I think, is eons better than the first version of it. Obviously, I mean, Lego has just been getting better in terms of structure and techniques and different types of building pieces and stuff like that. I love the Falcon. I think it's definitely in the top 5 for me of all time. Number 1's going to be the Star Destroyer, just because I love the Star Destroyer, but the Millennium Falcon is a great set. If you guys don't have it and you have the money, which is going to be very tough because it's $800, at least here in the US. It's a good set. I love it. Definitely go try and get it. Benato's asking, would you like to see more new and updated Jedi minifigures? For example, how they made the Clone Wars versions of Aayla Secura, and then in 2017 or 2018 with the hovered. Okay, gotcha. Yes, to be short, I actually really like the Clone Wars animated versions of minifigures for some reason. I don't know why. I know everyone likes to hate on the Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker, but In short, yes. I mean, I think getting new and updated Jedi minifigures is always a great thing, especially when printing and all that kind of stuff in the technology has increased dramatically since 2017 and whenever they first made the Clone Wars version of Aayla Secura. I would love to get a set that definitely has a lot more printed newer types of Jedi, maybe even like a throwback Episode 3 set, maybe with an updated Palpatine, Mace Windu, Kith Fisto, and those sort of people right there. I don't really see us getting any extravagant new Jedi, maybe perhaps with the exception of the gunship, which is rumored to come with Mace Windu. But other than that, I would love to see it. I just don't think we're going to be getting too many opportunities for new Jedi in the next couple of waves. Daniel's asking, what is the worst LEGO investing you've ever done? So I'm usually pretty spot on with my investment opportunities in terms of LEGO with growing in value and stuff like that. But the one thing that I absolutely failed on, I had found I think it was LEGO City 2020 calendars for some sort of ridiculous clearance. I still have them, and they're really not moving up in price anymore. Probably a waste of money. I should have just bought more Star Wars stuff, but that's probably the worst investment. Other than that, everything usually does pretty well. Last question for today comes from Matthew Meyer. Will LEGO make a new Thrawn minifigure for the Ahsoka TV series? Thrawn has been astronomically increasing in price, as they say, to the moon, with all of his predictions to be showing up in Ahsoka, and even honestly, there's a good chance we could see him in the Bad Batch as well. So you never know. In short, I think yes, within the next 2 to 3 years, we will get a new Thrawn minifigure. I think it's only going to be a matter of time, and I'm definitely going to buy at least 2 of them because I love Thrawn as a character. But a LEGO Thrawn minifigure is definitely in the foreseeable future. Again, this is my opinion. This isn't like a confirmed fact or anything. I know we're probably going to be seeing him in the Ahsoka TV series. We're definitely going to get sets from that TV series as well. And I am crossing my fingers we get to see him towards the later series, end of the Bad Batch, maybe in the last couple episodes, to sort of set up that sort of sequel to the Bad Batch series, if that makes sense. But I do thoroughly believe we'll get a new Thrawn minifigure. I think the only one we've gotten came in the Phantom set, which is now crazy expensive, as well as a Thrawn minifigure, so keep your eye on that. Guys, thank you for watching today's episode of Matt's Mind. I don't know why I'm holding a Pick-a-Brick cup. I can't keep my focus, but if you guys have a question or a comment for next week's episode, you want to be featured on the screen here, drop it down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed today's video. Also, a thumbs up for the Bad Batch Shuttle joining us for today. Every week we'll have a new set that kind of just hangs out with us and, you know, is our little buddy. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.